Hello. So today I decided to do a VCR comparison video between three of my VCRs. This Sanyo and this Magnasonic VCRs, I have already compared them, but I'm going to redo it and comparing this Panasonic VCR because it's very similar too. And I will delete the video. I have this one and this one. Now I'm going to show you the front of the VCRs. This one is my Sanyo model VHR 1300. It's from the mid-80s. Here's a tape that I've put there because there is a door that opens and the part here is broken, so I put the tape. Here there are commands, buttons for setting the clock and recordings. And this one is my Magnasonic model MVC634. I know the model number, but it's not written on the front. And here my favorite of the three, the Panasonic. This one, the model number is not written on the front either, but I'll show you behind there the model PV3731K. It was made in the 1988. And this one, it is a Magnasonic model MVC634. The model is written. And there's the sticker of the Sanyo VCR. And there you can see that the VCR has been repaired. And this Panasonic VCR, it has been repaired too, but there is a sticker here that it is saying information about the servicing, the repairing, and the name of a person. So I'm not going to show it because there is the name of a person. And also I have already compared this Magnasonic with my Magnavox top-loading VCR, which has basically the same mechanism as this VCR, similar mechanism. So I have compared this one, and here they are buttons. These three VCRs have similar mechanisms, so we are going to open them now. So right now my three VCRs are open, and I'm going to raise this circuit board that is on top of the mechanism, and I will remove the metal part here that is hiding the heads. So now I have set the Sanyo VCR so that you can see the mechanism here, and a total of 6 screws to remove. And there you have the mechanism, and here the Panasonic VCR, and here the Magnasonic. So here the Panasonic VCR, my favorite. So on the three VCRs you have to press play for the tape to load, like in most 80s VCRs. This VCR, when I used it, when I compared this VCR and this one last year, it has some problems. It was eating the tapes. This reel wasn't turning correctly, and this caused problems. It didn't want to fast forward or rewind, and it was spitting the tape when I was pressing stop and all that. So I don't know what was happening, but now it seems to the mechanism seems to be working fine. So I have no idea what was happening last year. I don't know why it wasn't working. Maybe because of moist or something like that. So I find this mechanism very nice. So now I'll press play. The drum is pretty noisy. So now the mechanism is working fine, as we can see. So I have no idea what was happening when I last filmed this VCR. Even fast forward is working flawlessly right now. So this I really like this ejecting mechanism. It looks very nice. Now this Magnasonic. It is from the early 90s. It is from 1991. I think I saw the date. It's here. 1991. It is a Daewoo mechanism. So this VCR is not working very well. It has problems with the idler and the capstan motor. So sometimes when I load the tape, it does that. Like you see now it ate the tape, but if I press rewind, it will rewind back. Well, yeah, there it's working. So it has the problem with the capstan motor. The capstan motor is rubbing. Right now it's turning, but you can hear the capstan motor like a rubbing. So it has always done that since I have the VCR. I got it in June 2013. But of course I'm keeping the VCR because its mechanism is working. I think I've already showed the picture quality. It's not working very well. Well, this is a nice mechanism. So yeah, we're going to see the loading mechanism again. So there is the loading motor. So yeah, I find this mechanism pretty nice. Also, one thing I like about this is that we can do this. The switch that detects when you insert a tape is here, and you can do that. You can activate it with your finger. Even like when I see a VCR with that mechanism at Value Village, which is not very often, but sometimes I can do this. I've done this when I saw this VCR at Value Village. And also there is a sharp VCR mechanism that has the same cassette carriage with the switch here too. So there exists a sharp VCR with that. So these three mechanisms, they are very similar. Here the loading motor is here, and here it is at the same place in the Sanyo. So we'll see the bottom side later on, but it is driving a pulley here and another pulley that is under, and it's the same thing in the Sanyo. Like here in the Magnasonic, you can see the pulley and some part of the belt here, and there is the same thing in the Sanyo VCR. And in the Panasonic, well, the motor is not at the same place. It is underneath, under the mechanism there, and it's driving the pulley at the same place. So this is quite interesting. This is it's not the same. The motor is not at the same place in these VCRs. And well, on the three VCRs, the cassette carriage mechanism is different. Here it is a motor that is driving directly a 1 gear and 1 gear for the cassette carriage. on this Sanyo VCR there is a motor that is driving a belt that it goes under there. It's driving a pulley, then a gear, then another gear, and this gear is driving another part that is moving the cassette carriage. And on this Panasonic VCR, the motor is under there. You can barely see it, but you can see it anyway. It is under there. It's driving a metal shaft, and the worm gear is here. And this worm gear is driving the cassette carriage mechanism. So I like this cassette carriage mechanism. It's like going very well and like very smooth. And also the loading mechanism is pretty smooth too. I really like this VCR. I also like the sound it does. So this VCR is fully working. This one, the mechanism seems to work, but sometimes it has some problems. But the picture quality is not perfect. It's working, but it's not perfect. And this one is very defective. Sometimes it has button problems in addition to what I've said. And sometimes it eats the tapes, and there is the problem with the capstan motor, and also the picture quality is not working well. So this is not a very good VCR. This one is a pretty good VCR, and this one is very good. This one is from 1988. I have showed it in the back. This one is from around 86. So this VCR is very good because it uses an idler gear instead of an idler tire like on this VCR. And also this one, they use an idler tire. So this part is known for getting worn out after years, so you always have to change this part. But on this Sanyo VCR, at the moment it seems to be working. So, yeah, we're going to try and rewind this tape to the beginning. So I'll just cut the video. So this VCR is pretty slow because it's an 80s VCR, so this is normal. So now this is pretty nice. It just has been able to rewind the tape to the beginning with its original idler tire. So this is very good, very nice. So now I'll just show you something that I noticed on this VCR. This loading motor here, it is like in some sort of plastic shielding, some sort of plastic casing, and the motor itself is not screwed to the main mechanism. It's like the plastic part, the plastic shielding is screwed to the metal, and it is not solid like you see it moves. But this is normal, it is made like this, but this is strange. The motor moves. And here on the Magnasonic VCR, the motor is screwed like usual. So before I show you the bottom side of the VCRs, I'll show you this here. This is some things to program the tuner on the Sanyo VCR. And you cannot use it anymore. It's for like the old TV system. And there is a switch to enable or disable the beep. So when you enable it, you see when you enter a function like a power and also all the other functions, the VCR does a beep sound. So you can enable or disable this. And on this Panasonic VCR, to remove the top cover, there are screws on the top and the bottom side. So I don't know why Panasonic did this, but they did this on almost all their VCRs, including the RCA VCRs that have a Panasonic mechanism. They have screws on the bottom side too. So I don't know why they did it like this. So now we're going to see the bottom side. So here I have the bottom side opened on my VCRs. So there's the Sanyo, here the Magnasonic, and here the Panasonic. And you look at it and you can see that they are very similar. This really resembles. So you can see that here on the Sanyo and the Magnasonic, it's basically the same thing, the same concept. Like the motor is here, and it's driving all this, the gears, and then this metal part that is driving the two tape guides, and there's a small gear for the brakes, like for the braking system. I think this is here same thing. And also on this model they added a pulley here so that the belt does not rub against the bottom of the drum. And here on the Panasonic is like basically the same thing, but the motor is here instead of being here. And it has a very big pulley, this model. There are some models that have a smaller pulley, like my Magnavox top-loading VCR that I have already compared with this VCR. Well, it has a smaller pulley, and under this there is another gear. There, the main cam gear at the same place on the three VCRs as I have showed. And here there is the same gear for the brakes. Here you can see is the same exact thing as in this Sanyo VCR. Here there is the same thing too, and the same thing for the mode switch. Here the mode switch is here. In this VCR it's here, same place, and here it is here, so it's like almost at the same place. Same thing. There is like a sliding plate that moves there. So this mechanism, the Panasonic, I really like to see the bottom side of it in action. Isn't that beautiful? I find it very nice, this mechanism. And also on this VCR there is a separated capstan and idler motor. The capstan motor is here, and there is a separated motor for the idler system. And there exists a different version of this mechanism, like the VCR King has a VCR, a Sanyo VCR like this, which is a stereo, and on his VCR there is a normal capstan system, like there is the capstan motor, and there is a pulley that goes from here to here, and also the VCR Fan 2001 has a Sanyo VCR 2 with a belt that goes from here to here, and on his version there is no this pulley is not here. There is not this pulley on the VCR Fan 2001's version. Also, I wanted to compare quickly the mechanism of this Sanyo VCR with the mechanism of this JVC here. My JVC HR D400U. It's from 1988. So what is similar with these two VCRs is the cassette carriage mechanism. So here I show you it. The motor is here and is driving a belt that goes here and is driving gears. And it's the same thing, the same mechanism, the same kind of mechanism in this JVC VCR. There is a separated ejecting motor that is located here. It's under the circuit board, which is not raised right now, but it's here, and it's driving a belt that goes here. It's driving this pulley, this gear, and this gear, and this inserts the cassette carriage. So I'll just show you this quickly. And on this VCR there is a sometimes does this. Like the other tire is worn out, and it sometimes does this when you insert the tape the first time after a while. But yeah, so on this VCR there is when you insert the cassette, there is the loading motor that turns to place this arm to the audio head, so that there is a real-time counter when it rewinds. On this Sanyo there is not this. And also another thing that is similar on these two VCRs is that here I've showed you that there is a separated idler motor, and here there is one too. There is a separated capstan and idler motor on these two VCRs. And other than that, well, the main mechanism is totally different on the two VCRs. And I have another VCR that has a separated idler motor. It's this Toshiba here. So you can go see my videos about this Toshiba VCR. The model is Z2006C. So now that's pretty much it for my video, and goodbye. So wait, it's not finished. This is my JVC VCR, and I was trying to fast forward, and it doesn't even turn. So is it dead? And if I press play, well, I'll just do a part 2 of the video after this. So yeah, goodbye.